Korea, you might wonder, what kind of country is it? It's hard to believe, but this place is like a beta version of Earth, while hastily borrowing from China's 5 millennia of culture. They have also cranked up societal competition to insane levels. And to top it off, they input in God mode, a cheat code for nationwide cyberpsychosis. Easy poor, you ask. A Gangnam apartment could buy a small African nation's presidency. Yet, for all its wealth, young folks scavenge for scraps after meals. A nation that institutionalizes cultural appropriation and lives by cultural competition. A land where plastic surgery is as common as washing faces, with reality more twisted than any K-drama. Let's dive into their age-old tradition of copy-paste culture. Once they saw our GDP on steroids, Koreans went full-on cultural kleptomaniacs, as if possessed, rebranding the Dragon Boat Festival as Gangnam Dennoji, calling handful modern hanbok, and patenting Ando. Just a file from Envoy, Ando flying is born. But the cherry on top, a professor's paper claimed Confucius was Korean, causing panic at the Confucius Temple, wondering why they're trying so hard. It all goes back to their ancestors. China's biggest groupies for millennia, yearly tributes and perpetual vassalage, even a king's coronation, needed the Ming Emperor's seal. Then in 1910, Japan abruptly annexed them. As a colony, their national pride was utterly deflated upon liberation in 1945. They looked left, Japan had risen by emulating the West. To the right, China was on the brink of reform and opening. Frustrated Koreans at the 38th parallel thought, why not invent our own culture? We'll have the government rewrite history ourselves. Textbooks stretched Goguryel's borders to the Yangtze. The museum's Shangzhou bronze artifacts are all tagged with Korean-style aesthetics. TV drama show Ming Dynasty's Jinyi Wei cursing in Korean, leaving Chinese netizens amused yet annoyed. This really makes me admire the Koreans' confidence. If we're talking about the Koreans' greatest lifetime, performance art, extreme competitiveness, starting with prenatal education on the periodic table. Elementary schoolers have BTS schedules. The Fortune 500 CEOs, high schoolers live by far pass, far fail. But what does that mean? 4 hours of sleep gets you into SMU 5 hours, and you're destined for manual labor. Their college entrance exams even test advanced calculus proofs. They're expected to write academic papers in English. You must achieve a professional level 8 in your second foreign language. Cram school ads even mock you for not understanding relativity. No wonder you're stuck working at a convenience store, thinking a top school can turn your life around. That's naive. Samsung's hiring process examines your family's last 3 generations. Even a chaebol dog gets preference over the average person. After clawing your way into Samsung, then you find out the real challenge starts with shifts from 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. Do the math and delivering food seems better. Signal blockers in restrooms, time breaks, even lunch is down to the second. Beyond the intense competition at work, the plastic surgery industry is highly competitive. Plastic surgery clinics in Gangnam District are more dense than convenience stores. It's unbelievable. Has become a trend to perform on newborns, predicting and altering future facial features. Parents here fear children falling behind before birth. A sentiment echoed on social media, where everyone boasts a perfect cartoon-like profile. It's a world of flawless beauty, yet the streets are filled with masked faces, mid-transformation. Yet, in a societal climate, there's little one can do. Consider Samsung in Korea. It's more than just a company. Koreans live their entire lives, from education to starting a family. There's no escaping its influence. As today's Korean youth slowly lose their spirit, the birth rate has plummeted to 0.78, while ranking last worldwide. Pet ownership keeps breaking records. The pet funeral business is booming. Land for pet burials now costs more than prime show real estate. Experts joke about pets paying into pension plans. They might end up caring for the elderly, but it's all just talk. Let's not dwell on it. But speaking of diplomacy, it's surreal. Paying the US military today, reconciling with Japan tomorrow. Then, they're subtly courting China the next day. Like Zhou Dantai in the penthouse, juggling allegiances among the elite, waging drone wars at the border on one hand. On the other, co-hosting a Monday and Winter Olympics. It's absurd, yet these are still somewhat understandable. The real oddity, their Saichi dance performances at diplomatic events. While others debate the banquet menu, Koreans have turned the Winter Olympics handover into a bizarre nightclub spectacle, donning black see-through miniskirts, performing push-ups, kneeling, and leaping with artworks balanced on their heads. They were going at it with unmatched zeal. But wait, you think that's as wild as it gets? Then came the Korean boy band at the 2020 Dubai Expo. That was truly out of this world. Dressed in flashy fishnet, they performed a synchronized knife dance before sheikhs and presidents for national promotion. Yet it eerily resembled the gang's territorial ritual. The chant of back off, back off, back off, left the dignitaries utterly stunned. With these antics, Koreans have shown when idols dance with wild abandon, diplomats' faces turn visibly awkward. Korea's sexy diplomacy is no squirrel-to-moment tactic. From girl groups performing for US troops to boy groups enabling inter-Korean talks, they've leveraged idol culture, toting as national strategy. When distractions lead the gaze, trade deals get inked. Beyond diplomacy, Korea's social welfare stands apart from other developed nations. Retirement in Korea comes at 65. Yet, what follows retirement remains uncertain. South Korea has a 35% employment rate among those over 65, leading the world. Yet, this isn't to say Koreans are exceptionally diligent. but because they must work to survive. Korean seniors receive a meager pension of just 500,000 won, about 200 yuan, with living costs 2 to 3 times higher. This pension is akin to a few hundred yuan back home. 500 yuan barely covers basics, unlike our retirees who often enjoy leisurely activities like square dancing. Some enjoy traveling. South Korea's elderly work to survive. Over 4% of seniors age 65 will live in poverty. South Korea may appear prosperous, but in reality, most of it is concentrated in the hands of a few powerful families. Every effort seems to just enrich the wealthy, leaving young Koreans feeling hopeless. Surviving in this extraordinary country is indeed an art form.